Hello, this is Troy Espy. I'm a librarian at UW-Stevens Point. My contact information is on the screen, and I do encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions or if you need any help finding sources for your biography paper. In this class, you must write a 3 to 4 page biography paper on a historical person. That means the person has been dead at least 25 years. As part of that assignment, you must compile an annotated bibliography with 6 sources about your historical person. This video will focus on helping you find sources for the annotated bibliography, which you then can use to write the biography paper. For your annotated bibliography, you need 6 sources. You need one print source that can be either a book or a print encyclopedia article. I'll show you how to find both. You need one article from an online encyclopedia. You need one article from a UWSP library database. You also need 2 open internet sources and one other source of your choosing. We will concentrate on finding the first 3 sources, which can be accessed through the UWSP library. To make it a little easier, I created an online guide specifically for this assignment. This is the direct link to the course guide if you'd like to jot it down. I also will show you how to access the course guide through the UWSP Library's website. You also can access the course guide through the UWSP Library's website. I'll walk you through the process. From the library homepage, click on Research Guides. At the top of this web page, you will notice a pull-down menu labeled By Course. So I'm going to click on the pull-down menu and select English 202, Biography Paper, Felt, and then click on the Go button. So this is the online guide created specifically for this assignment, and I encourage you to use this guide for finding sources for the annotated bibliography. But before we search for sources, I want to highlight the yellow Ask a Librarian bar across the top of the page. Because of the pandemic, UWSP librarians are not offering in-person research assistance. However, you still can contact us for help. You can chat with us, send us an email, or you can even text us. UWSP librarians are standing by to help you. So please reach out if you have any questions or need any help finding sources for the biography paper. For your annotated bibliography, you need one print source, either a book or a print encyclopedia from the UWSP libraries or from a public library. If you cannot visit a library because of the pandemic, please contact me. My contact information is in the lower right, and I will be happy to scan and email a print source for you. So let's look for a print source. We're going to start with print encyclopedias because I think most of you can find an article on your historical person in a print encyclopedia. The UWSP libraries, we own more than 50 print encyclopedias that contain biographical articles on historical figures. You can just click this link to view the encyclopedias. Below, I've also listed some of the biographical encyclopedias available at the UWSP library. But how do you know which encyclopedia contains your historical person? That's where it gets a little tricky. You'll need to do some brainstorming, and if you get stumped, you can always ask a librarian for recommendations. To find an encyclopedia that contains your historical person, you really want to think thematically. But exactly what does that mean? Well, you want to think in terms of the person's nationality or ethnicity or their profession or time period. I'll give you some examples from these encyclopedias listed below. Now, if your historical person was an American, they might be included in the American National Biography. This is a 24-volume set, and entries are listed alphabetically. So you just search by the historical figure's last name to see if there's an article about them. The Oxford Dictionary of National Biography is pretty much the British equivalent. It's 60 volumes. So British historical figures such as Princess Di or Winston Churchill would be in here. Okay. Now, along with nationality, think of your historical person's ethnicity. Okay, were they black? Were they American Indian? Were they Asian? Were they Latino? Also consider the historical person's profession. Were they an environmentalist? Were they a scientist? Were they an inventor? Were they a criminal? Okay. And was your historical person associated with a certain time period or historic event? So were they a woman in the 19th century, or were they involved in the Civil War? Now, reference books are located on the first floor of the UWSP library in the reference room. Okay, you find them by call number. That is important. You need the call number to find the book. We don't shelve our books by title, and we don't shelve by author. We use call numbers. The call number is this alphanumeric symbol right here, and it tells you where the book is physically shelved in the reference room. If you don't know how to find a book by its call number, you can ask at the front desk. Just show them the call number and they will take you to the book. Encyclopedia articles are organized alphabetically, so you'll need to flip through the pages looking for your historical person's last name. Reference articles typically are a couple pages long. Sometimes they're only a paragraph or maybe even a sentence long, or your historical person won't be included in the encyclopedia at all. So you might have to try several encyclopedias to find a suitable article on your historical person. If you get stuck, I or another UWSP librarian can help you. Now, you cannot check out encyclopedias. That's actually to your advantage. Encyclopedia articles typically are only a couple pages long. You don't need to lug around the entire book. There's a free touchscreen scanner located in the reference room on the first floor of the library. Just scan the pages that contain the article about your historical person and send a PDF to your email address for free. If you need any help with the scanner, just ask at the front desk. Now, again, if you can't visit the library in person for whatever reason, I'm happy to scan and email an encyclopedia article to you. Just please contact me. Most of you will use an encyclopedia article for your print source, but you can also use books. We'll search for books now. To find books in the UWSP libraries, use Search at UW. Enter your historical person into the search bar, which I will do now, and then click on the search icon. Search at UW will list books and videos, both in print and online, that are available in the UWSP libraries. Now, you can filter your results in the left column under Refine My Results. So I'm going to scroll down here to Resource Type, and I am going to select Books. Next, I'm going to go down here in the left column, and under Library, you can choose which campus you're located. I'm going to select the Stevens Point Library. And then you will see that there are 43 books containing the keywords Harriet Tubman located in the Stevens Point campus library. Now, these books are located primarily on the 4th and 5th floors of the Stevens Point library. And like encyclopedias, they are shelved by call number. The call number tells you on which floor the book is located. You want to pay attention to the first two letters of the call number. If the first two letters start with A through PQ, that book is located on the fourth floor. If the first two letters of the call number begins with PR through Z, that book is located on the fifth floor. This book, the call number starts with the letter E, so it would be located on the fourth floor. Again, you can always ask for help at the library front desk. A staff member can take you to the book or even retrieve it for you. These books you can check out. You just want to bring them to the front desk and check them out with your point card. You get books for 28 days, and you can renew them a couple times if you need them longer. Now, if you can't visit the UWSP libraries or a public library, I'll mail a book to you, or I can just scan a section of the book and email it to you. Please contact me, and I'll be happy to take care of that for you. For the annotated bibliography, you need at least one article from an online encyclopedia. The UWSP libraries provide access to hundreds of online encyclopedias, primarily in these three databases. And like with print encyclopedias, you may have to consult several online encyclopedias to find a suitable article on your historic person. If you get stuck, please ask me or any UWSP librarian for help. The easiest place to find an online encyclopedia article is Encyclopedia Britannica. So I'm going to click on that link now. If you are off campus, you will need to log in with your UWSP password to access Encyclopedia or any of our online encyclopedias. So this is Encyclopedia Britannica. It's a well-respected general knowledge A to Z encyclopedia. There's a link on the home page for biographies, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that link now. And then you are going to see that there are over 34,000 biographies in Encyclopedia Britannica. So it's usually pretty easy to find an article on your historical person. However, biography articles vary widely in Encyclopedia Britannica. Unfortunately, some are too short and really not much help at all. Encyclopedia Britannica tends to work best for really famous people such as world leaders. It's pretty easy to search. You can just enter your historical person in the search bar at the top. So I'm going to look for Roberto Clemente and search. Here we go. It's the top result. And there you go. Nice biographical article on Roberto Clemente. So if you don't find your historical person in Encyclopedia Britannica, or if the article is too short, try Credo Reference or Salem Press. Of course, you can always ask me. Plus, you can use more than one online encyclopedia for your sources, which I recommend because online encyclopedias are easy to search, they're easy to understand, and they usually provide lots of good information for your biography paper. Finally, you need at least one article from a library database. I've listed several databases in the course guide. And like with print encyclopedias, you need to think thematically when choosing a database. So if your historical person was a musician, I highly recommend the database Oxford Music Online. If your historical person was a writer, Contemporary Authors is outstanding. Now, many of you will write your biography paper about an athlete, and in that case, try the database Sport Discus. For most of you, though, I think you'll find good stuff and perhaps multiple sources in the database Biography in Context. Now, if you're off campus, you will need to log in with your UWSP password to access any of these databases. So this is the database Biography in Context. It's pretty much tailor-made for this assignment. You can browse people at the bottom if you'd like, or you can just enter your historical person in the search bar. I'm going to pick Minnesota homegirl, uh, Judy Garland, and search. And then there's usually an overview of the historical person, which you could use as your source for your biography paper. If you scroll down, there are other types of sources though as well, including magazines and newspaper articles. I tend to gravitate toward the biographies. They're typically taken from online encyclopedias, so I find them the most useful. So there are 10 biographies about Judy Garland in this database. So you actually could use more than one for your biography paper. Now you want to pay attention to word length because some biographies are too short. So for example, this biography is only 31 words, which is probably just a sentence or two and not a whole lot of help. However, if you go down to here, Baker's Biographical Dictionary of Musicians, this one is about 7 pages. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this article. And then once it opens, you'll notice that all the information that you need for your MLA citation is right here at the top. Okay, and then there's just heaps of good information about Judy Garland in this article, which you can also download as a PDF if you like. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope it alleviated some of your anxiety about finding sources for your biography paper. Please contact me if you have any questions or need any help finding sources, and I wish you the best for your research assignment.